3, 2.
Coming at you, it's episode 82 of Chit Chat Chop. Garrison, Brewing, and Jeff Green's here. We're going to talk beer. We're going to pull pork. It's going to be an awesome night. Welcome, Jeff.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for
Lovely to be
coming
here.
on.
This place, man.
It's nuts, right?
Unbelievable.
I just gave him the unofficial tour of Kitchen Door. He was doing a lot of this.
Cost me $1. The nickel.
I'll have $1 someday. I'll have $1 someday. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So we're gonna have fun. You brought a whole selection of awesome Garrison products for us to try.
And it was only about half of what we have in our fridge right now. Yeah.
Amazing.
I had to be very, very, very selective. Yeah. If you want the rundown, man. I mean, Juicy. Obviously, you're pretty familiar. We made.
Spoiler alert: we made pulled pork with it.
Yes,
Yep.
indeed. We got Tall Ship, which is our flagship, our best seller. New raspberry wheat. A new format for that. That beer's been around for better part of 20 years, but we just moved it into a single serve can, which seems to be the way that people are digging beers these days.
Yep.
And then on the far side, we've got our kind of sour series. It's coming into the summer. Nice, tart, refreshing beers for summer. Lemon Drop and Pucker Up, which are available widely at the NSLC, and then Sour to the People, which you're only going to find at the brewery down in Marginal Road in behind the Westin.
Great reason to visit down there. You guys have such an amazing shop, and you can see right into to the brewing facilities.
We are very, very proud of that. Been around 23 years, so that space in its current iteration has been around for about 3.5, and we're very, very proud of that space. So come down and check us out for
Marginal Road. Go to the farmers market. Check them out afterwards for a little drink on a Saturday. Perfect.
Yep. Saturday, Sunday,
Any day, really.
not Monday. Market's closed on Monday.
Oh, market's closed on Monday. That's right.
The amount of times I go for my second coffee of the day and just rip on the doors.
Maybe you need a coffee beer. I'm just saying, maybe that's where we got to go.
Soon, my man.
Yeah,
Soon.
yeah. Caffeinated beer. I mean, that sounds like something that somebody's done. That's a thing, right?
Yeah, and soon to be. I mean, the next wave is cannabis infused.
Oh, right.
It's legal. You see it. The big boys have already kind of jumped into the pool on that. So we'll see what happens. I think that's a long way away for us.
Yeah. It's a whole new round of pairings.
Yes, indeed.
Doritos and beer. Wait, that's already a pairing. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe it would work.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll freelance.
Okay.
All right, cool. So why don't we'll get right to this, because I've been wanting to try this, dive into this pulled pork.
I've been here for 45 minutes, and I've.
It's a bit of a tease.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you guys at home can't quite see this yet. I'd pick it up, but it's way too tender for that. Got a beautiful dark bark on the top of this pork shoulder, which has been braising now for, it braised for about 7 hours in a 250-degree oven, nice low and slow. I've got 2 cans of Juicy IPA, so like a really hoppy, beautiful Garrison beer that's got some tropical notes, some citrus notes. So I mirrored that with everything in the brace. So we got pineapple in there, we've got tomato paste, we got some chipotle peppers, we got lime juice, we got apple juice, and a little bit of orange juice. Everything but the kitchen sink, but everything works together. It's fruity, but not over the top. We got that great bitterness that comes from the double IPA.
Absolutely.
And I just let that roll in the oven uncovered, so it got a nice little crispy top to it. And now we got to pull that pork.
Let's do it.
What are you thinking now, Jeff? You're looking at that with like
So what I'm thinking is I did a pork shoulder on my barbecue on Sunday, and it didn't look anything like this. In all the best ways possible, to credit this man right here. It looks incredible. So
the best part when the bone just lifts right out.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of that.
250. Low and slow.
Low and slow.
So what's the help me a little bit, because I kind of you guys reached out and said, hey, what do you want to do? And I said, look, I try to cook at home, and I've never braised anything. I see that all the time.
Yeah.
What is braise? What does that mean?
So braising is basically a low and slow cooking method where you need to have whatever your protein is, in this case the pork shoulder, needs to be covered by 1/2 to 2/3 of liquid when it's cooking. And basically what that does, it helps dissolve the collagen, it helps break down an intermuscular tissue, and really helps something. Well, if I can just help visualize it, it makes me go, ah. It's like a little jacuzzi. It's like a little jacuzzi for your pork.
Jacuzzi.
Yeah, it's a jacuzzi. So we got a little jacuzzi going on here for our pulled pork. But basically that's it. You had that moist heat, which helps render out the fat, and then also you get this beautiful liquid that remains in here, which we're going to ladle up and make a little barbecue sauce from this, because this is all goodness right here. We don't want to waste any of that. So you see I got some tomatoes cut up, there's some onions, there's some garlic in there, we got the pineapple like I was talking about, and tomato paste and chipotle peppers. So all that flavor is in the meat and will be in our sauce.
So a question about cooking with beer.
Yeah.
I'm always curious. So what's the best beer to cook with?
Well, it all depends on what you want to do with it.
Right.
So for this one, I just said, guys, give me a beer and I'm going to braise some pork in it. And you were awesome. You suggested the Juicy IPA, which was a really interesting note, because I've been, in my personal life, I've been playing around with different ways of braising pork and cooking. I really like the Mexican. Oh my gosh, what's it called? It's Soul. Yeah, there we go. But Mojo. There we go. M-O-J-O. Not Mojo, but Mojo. Mojo flavors are sort of like grapefruit and lime and orange and some chilies. So like that really got me thinking about this Juicy IPA and how that pairs up. So all those flavors just went in the braise with the pork. So
cool.
You could have put this pork in the oven by itself with no liquid around it, but it wouldn't take on all this extra flavor, and it wouldn't pull apart quite as tenderly.
So the cool thing about, everybody, for those of you at home, a lot of people, IPA is sort of the king right now in craft beer. It represents over a third of the craft beer sales in the province.
Wow.
And, there's a lot of confusion about it. People talk about IPAs being bitter.
Right.
So hops inherently are bitter. Beer's made of water, grain, hops, and yeast. Hops are all the juicy character. We call it juicy because it drinks like orange juice. It's got this big, bold, tropical citrus flavor, a little bit of bitterness, but so the hops have a bit of inherent bitterness in them, but the beer doesn't actually get bitter until you boil it. So this is kind of a newer emerging style called a New England style of IPA, where instead of boiling the hops, bringing out what's called iso-alpha acid, getting really nerdy now, but bringing out this iso-alpha acid where you get a ton of bitterness that you feel on your tongue. It feels bracing and
almost
scathing.
astringent, or
astringent,
yeah.
Absolutely. If you go a little too far, the idea with this is by removing hops from the boil, moving them later in the boil, so you're not creating those iso-alpha acids. What you're doing is, and then we take a boatload, and I mean an absolute boatload.
Good thing you're on the seaport.
But we put a ton of hops in this beer in a process that's called dry hopping. So after the boil is done, after your beer's fermenting and sitting in the tank conditioning, essentially it's a big tea bag filled with hops, and so you get tons of surface time, tons of ability for the beer to just absorb all those flavors. So those orange, tangerine, pineapple, grapefruit, all that citrus and tropical fruit, that's all coming from just the resins that are available in those hops. So there's absolutely no juice in Juicy, but it tastes like I said, it tastes like orange juice. So
that's amazing.
Pork, pineapple, pork.
It all makes sense.
Brilliant.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna do something that is technically called double tonguing. I'm gonna use 2 pairs of tongs here, and I'm gonna lift this tender pork up. See what I can do here. Woo! And it's just like literally falling apart here.
That is.
Oh. Here, I'll just move this bit out of your way so everybody can get a good look at this. But it just comes apart into the individual muscle groups, which is great. And you can see there's very little fat left in here because it's all been braised out, so it's all rendered. So all you need to do is just literally take a fork to look at that. Just pulls apart beautifully. So this is Chit Chat Chop. So we're not chopping this. So let's call this a chopping motion. If you want to
use forks.
Oh yeah, use the forks. Let's do that.
So as he chops, we have a couple people that are here.
Well, hello.
Ted and Patty are watching from Mexico right now.
Stop watching, you guys. You're on vacation. What are you doing? Go.
He said, hola, amigos. ¿Cómo estás?
Yeah, well, go have some pork tacos, some carnitas. Let me know how they are.
Indeed.
But hi.
Charlotte's here saying hello to everyone.
Hi, Charlotte. How you doing? I met Charlotte this weekend, Adam.
You did? I heard that.
Yeah, she was in the shop.
Charlotte, a regular?
Charlotte is one of our top fans on Facebook. She's from Moncton.
So is there anything? Sorry, if I'm interrupting, but you said different muscle groups.
Yeah.
So do they?
Well, basically, this is a cross section of the pork shoulder. So you've got all these. Imagine my shoulder being a pig. So you've got all these different muscle groups that are sort of going, in lines like that. As you can tell.
One more time.
Yeah. It's fine. But what connects these is this collagen or intermuscular tissue, and that's what breaks down when you braise it. So look at that. It's just literally fork tender.
If you're at home, how many forks would have gone in your mouth by now, Jeff?
There would be nothing here. There would be nothing here.
And let's be honest.
My wife would be saying, "I thought there was more."
And I mean, would you be using forks? I mean, you'd just be. I'd be using my fingers. I'd be just like.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm so on the TV on the internet. Yeah, I'm using the forks, but no, I'd be all in there. I've got a pair of those. I was telling you earlier, I've got a pair of those bear claws.
Yeah,
I need them when I do it because it's never this tender. But yeah, this is incredible.
Well, now you're going to be braising up a storm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's just. I mean, look.
And well, the great thing is, like I told you, I did this at 250 degrees, so it never boiled, and,
right.
And that's what you want. You want it. You want your braise to just simmer, I guess is the term, because if you boil it, the meat tenses up. But because we did the jacuzzi method, the jacuzzi, as you were saying, this keeps. Oh yeah, just put that to the side. That's a little bit of fat that didn't quite render out. But because of that, it's just so tender and moist.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And the key when you're doing something like this is you don't want to eat it right away. You want to let it cool for about an hour or so at least before you take it out of the liquid. That way, any tension that's in the pork will sort of relax and it'll sponge up some of that beautiful braising liquid that we have.
Did you say an hour?
An hour, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. You can treat into a half hour, but an hour that'll give you some real good results.
As much time as you can, right?
Yeah, exactly. Look at that. And what I really like too is you got little bits of the bark here, the outside, that crispy bit. That's super good. And then there's very very little waste from the whole thing because pork shoulder is such a meaty piece of that. That's great. So while you're doing that, I'm actually going to make up a little barbecue sauce here. So like I said, we've got all these beautiful ingredients in the braised: the pineapple, the tomato, the garlic, and of course the juicy IPA. So I'm going to take a few ladles of this braising liquid and put this in my, this is my favorite chefy tool right here, a 1 liter deli cup.
Yes.
Yeah, you can do anything, you can store anything.
You know what you can put in there?
Beer.
Beer.
Patty's sleeping, not watching.
Well, good. Patty's officially on vacation and keeping it that way. I like it.
Love it.
Well, Ted, I appreciate your dedication. So I just literally took about 500 mils of all this goodness right here, and I just want all barbecue sauces have basically tomato paste or ketchup or something similar for that tomatoey sweetness. So I'm literally going to put about half a cup of ketchup in here, just to bring it all together. So had that measured out ahead of time, and a little pinch of salt, bam, a little pinch of pepper, bam, and second favorite kitchen tool, the immersion blender is going to pop out here. So again, Adam, I'm going to apologize to the open mic we have over here because this. Well, actually, that's not bad. That's not bad. Just going to carry this up because everything's braised. It's super tender, so we're going to get super silky consistency right away. Woo.
That's why you wear an apron
and glasses. I'm covered. So immersion blender tip, don't pull it up too high when you're immersion blending. There we go, so it's resisting, so I'm just going to let it be. Put it over here. And this is our beautiful sauce, so give that a try. Tell me what you think, see if
Do
it's...
not threaten me with a good time, my friend.
Too late.
Hot damn.
That's juicy.
It's also got some nice kick.
Yep. That's a chipotle pepper right there. And then get that smokiness from it. That's what I'm talking about. That makes me excited. So what we're going to do, I think we should warm up a little bit of this pulled pork in the skillet here. But also, I'm thinking, how are we going to serve this pulled pork? I got some nice baguette. We just do a little pulled pork in a bun, but I want to take it to another level. I want to bring it up just a little bit. So let's put it on a bun. Let's get some nice slaw in there. And I figured, why not some onion rings too? Because beer batter, everybody.
Beer batter.
We got Garrison here. Why not do double beer, double IPA? It's all happening.
How does that work? How does beer batter work? Why beer?
Beer is great because it's got, of course, it has a slightly lower pH.
Yep.
And also it's it's got a natural effervescence happening anyway, but also it's got a lot of great flavor. So in this case, we can pick something that pairs pretty well with the pork and the juicy IPA. Doesn't necessarily have to be the juicy again, but in the beer batter. So this one we're doing specifically. I've got 1 cup of flour in here,
1 cup of flour,
and 2 teaspoons of baking soda.
Okay.
So what happens when you mix an acid and base? You get a volcano, high school science experiment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's
the baking soda is basic.
baking soda is basic. So
Basic soda.
Yeah, it's basic soda. Unlike this beer, which is not,
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh.
Oh, do we do?
I was just stole the other one there. There we go.
Ah, nice. Nice one. Now, is this hot? Oh yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough. So I'm gonna get actually I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in here. I'm gonna put a little bit of pepper because gotta season
I'm
everything.
a pepper fiend.
You gotta have a little bit of
I go bonkers
spice.
with it.
Nice. So what we want, I'm gonna stir this and you're gonna pour this.
Okay.
And I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess right now we're gonna need about 200 milliliters. I don't need you to be exact with it,
Okay.
but batters are about feel because there's so many different variables. If you're at high altitude, it's gonna take less moisture, sea level. All these things factor into a good batter. So just pour away. Let's see where we get. And what I'm basically looking for is almost like a pancake batter in the sense that I don't want to mix it up so it's perfectly smooth. You still want a few chunks.
Okay.
All right, just stop that right there, and I'll mix this through. Oh yeah, get that tall ship.
About
Oh,
150 mils.
nice. So let's put
bit
it.
more?
Let's go for that last 50. Ooh, there we go. I don't want to drop the whisk. Whiskey business here.
Whiskey.
Oh,
That's 2.
save me from myself, Adam.
Is that too much? Did I go too hard?
No, this is good. This is good. So actually, let's do just a little bit more because I'm just thinking now we got the onion rings, which will need to cling a little bit. So
Okay.
we want to get just right. But this,
Would it be terribly inappropriate for me to?
Absolutely not.
I think it'd be highly appropriate. Look at the color on that. That is gorgeous.
You've done that before.
He's been called out before.
Now, why does beer need? Because some people will get that beer and they'll say, there's way
Too
too
much.
much head there. Why does beer need head?
Great question, Adam.
Aha.
The foam head is one of the more important aspects of a beer for a couple reasons. Number one is beer is a food, and we want to experience the flavor of it. Flavor is predominantly, as you would know better than anybody, it's predominantly experienced through your olfactory senses. So what this is going to allow is what are called volatiles out of a beer. So the releasing of the carbon dioxide is going to increase the volatility happening up here. So when when I have a beer at home and I'm ready to take a sip, I always give it a little swirl. Get some real nice, some really nice caramel notes on that. There's a little bit of, you can see the color. It's pretty golden, but there is a little hint of sort of an amber caramel kind of flavor or color. Sorry. So number one, it's going to allow the proper flavor of the beer to come out of it. The second thing is it's actually going to release some of the carbon dioxide out of it. So beer, one of the knocks on beer is it's carbonated and pretty highly carbonated. And in fact, beer in North America, we brew brewing. A byproduct of the yeast consuming sugar is alcohol, but it's also carbon dioxide. So beer is internally carbonated, but we actually force carbonate it to bring it up to a sort of North American carbonation level. We like fizz. Fizz is enjoyable. Pour proper head, that'll releases some of that carbon dioxide out of there, so it's going to allow you to enjoy it a little more comfortably. It's not going to make you as bloated. And number three, this provides, so right now oxygen is beer's worst enemy. So when you leave a proper foam head on a beer, what it does is it actually protects the beer from oxygen. So take a couple bites of an apple, sit it on the counter, it turns brown because oxygen breaks down food. This is not allowing that to happen right now. So as long as you have a nice foam head on your beer, harder to get in packaged product once you take it home and pour it out. I mean, a lot of that gets released, but nice fresh draft at your kind of local restaurant, that kind of thing. It's a big part of it.
If someone gets a fresh draft and the head goes away right away, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with the glass?
Dirty glass.
Dirty glass.
Can I pour you something?
Well, I haven't tried sour to the people yet. I'm a fan of Pucker Up. It's really good. As a lot of people on Chit Chat Shop know, I used to work for Two Doors Down, and Jeff and I have been ships in the night for quite a few years, as it turns out.
Just passing.
Just passing. I'm in the kitchen. He's dropping off stuff at the bar, so we know a lot of the same faces. And they do it for years now. You've been doing a tap takeover during Burger Week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, the guys at Two Doors Down have been fantastic to us. Craig, George, team, everybody, Steve in the bar, everybody's been fantastic. So, so sour to the people. So sour beer is a big trend right now. So as I said, IPAs are kind of king. Well, sours are the fastest growing.
Ooh, you were kidding.
Yes. Yes.
I intentionally did not taste this earlier, so that's a fresh impact. I like that.
So ideally, a nice cold, refreshing drink on a hot summer day, right? That's
Yeah.
where sour beers are kind of getting their thing. These are what are called kettle sours. So the regular brewing process is basically, when you break it down into a couple steps, it's taking grain and water and mixing them together through a series of heating and cooling. You're essentially, breaking down the large kind of starch chains. You're turning them into sugar that your yeast can consume and make. There you go. Can make alcohol and carbon dioxide out of. You remove the water or wort now from the grain, and you've got nice high sugar wort with all kinds of great stuff in there. You boil it, you add hops, and then you add yeast. So what we do in a kettle sour is we actually stop the process halfway through. So we have a lot of sugar in the wort, and in the kettle before we kind of crank it up and turn it into a boil, we add a bacteria called lactobacillus. So lacto is the same stuff that people make, sour cream, yogurt, that kind of stuff out of. It's a naturally occurring bacteria. It's why if you left a beer out on the counter for days on end, it would eventually turn sour. We just kind of spur on the process by actively adding it to it. We leave it for a couple days. You could leave that for half a day, and it would be, partially where that is. You can leave it for a day, and it'd be great. We brew this beer, either it's pucker up, lemon drop, sour to the people. We brew some version of this beer almost every Friday. Let it sour over the weekend and come in Monday. Fire up the kettle. All the bacteria is sort of killed off at that point, for lack of a better word, and then we just continue on with the process as if we had never stopped.
Well, I like that. It's not often that a beer makes me want to mow my lawn.
It's usually the opposite way, right?
Yeah, but
the
I
lawn
like
mowing makes you want to have a beer.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to be nice and sweaty, and this is a nice recovery beverage. I enjoy that.
So Chef Alain's here. My wife Sarah's here. She says,
Oh, hey, Sarah.
Randy Stewart's here.
Awesome.
Randy.
Randy.
Well, I guess we should probably make some onion rings. We got all these people watching.
Let's do it.
Awesome. So I'll tell you what. I'm going to turn this skillet on, and you're going to be the porkmeister right now. So I'm just going to heat this up a little bit, and let's get some sauce in here first. This is the barbecue sauce that we made with our juicy and all the pineapple, tomato, all that goodness. So that won't take long at all, and then I'll get you to just I'll use your judgment. Just put a few good handfuls of that, tonguefuls of that pork. Generous, because we are hungry.
How's that looking?
I think you might need a little more pork in there.
More pork in there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Make sure you get some of that bark, right?
Oh, you got to get that bark.
I'm gonna get it all coated.
Yeah, get it all coated, and then we'll get some bubbles going before long, and we'll get it all nice and hot. So I'm just going to peel this onion off here, making sure I didn't cut all the way through, so I get some nice rings. And when you're making onion rings, you want to make sure you take the silver skin off, because I've been in a situation before where I've had to make many, many, many trays of onion rings, and you get in trouble if you don't take this off, because you're going to screw yourself up, your batter's going to go everywhere, it's going to be no fun at all.
How do we do this here?
There we go. So just, I'm going to cut, what do you think? That's a good thickness for an onion ring.
Like it?
Yeah, let's do that. There we go. So nice, separating out. Oh, I'm excited for the sandwich. There we go.
Opposed to my wife with an onion ring.
Really?
Stop.
No, not true.
Well, it's funny you
Stop,
said that.
Homer, the oil's burning my finger. Or Homer, can I take this off now? The oil's burning my finger. Yeah.
You know what's really funny is I actually made someone an onion ring wedding ring before. You know,
That
you
is
joke, but
incredible.
I have done it. One of the first restaurant jobs I had in the city was at a restaurant called Fid Resto.
Fid, yeah.
Fid. So that was right down on Dresden Row there. Halifax institution for quite a few years, and the owners Dennis and Monica got married on the shore of Chocolate Lake, and I had the responsibility of making their wedding onion rings. So that is a thing that I have done. So anybody needs a wedding onion ring, give me a call.
So what are you putting the onion rings in right now?
So right now, I am just going to give them a light toss in some flour, because we want this beer batter to really stick. And actually, I've noticed it's settled a little bit. If you could just give me about, 15 milliliters more.
A little bit more beer.
Yeah, you know what? Just
I was gonna say we're only having them, right? So it's
yeah.
just pour it right
Right
over
out
my
of your
glass.
glass.
It's just like your house.
It's like
Just
we're at
your
home.
house.
It's
Mix that
fine.
up.
Yeah, give that a little mix. That's awesome. Oh, our pork's coming up already. This is so good.
Double dip the chip.
Double dip.
It's like you put your whole mouth in the onion ring.
Yeah. I'm gonna put the whole onion ring in my mouth. What's the difference, right?
All right, that looks perfect. So that's the consistency we want for the batter. Adam, follow us. You come over here with that bowl. All right, so folks at home, you can see that these onion rings now have just this light coating of flour on them, which is exactly what we want, and that's how this batter is going to maximum stick to this, which is exactly what we want. And I got the dirty hands here, so I'll just give them a toss with my fingers because, getting right in there. Oh yeah. This is the stuff. So that pepper and that beer, all this stuff.
You get that?
I got this. Yeah, we're good. And now, lightly coated. There we go. Just go in the fryer. Beautiful. We got that sizzle. That's what we want. How's your pork looking?
Oh yeah. Like delicious pulled pork.
Perfect. That's what we're talking about. That's what.
I can't believe this juicy barbecue sauce.
Oh, it's so good, right?
Yeah. If my wife happens to jump online there, we're having this on Sunday.
She was already on it initially, so she's probably still there.
Is she there? Wonderful.
So good. So a lot of exciting stuff happening with Garrison now. You guys have a new spot opening up soon, huh?
We are. You caught me with our fingers in the pork. We've been around. Got my fingers in the pork jar. We are. I'm gonna set this down. We got all kinds of stuff going on. We're really pleased to be on the verge. We are doing some construction right now with a new tap room that is in the same building as the old Oxford Theatre. So we are pretty pumped for that. We love our community down in the Seaport, but the thought of moving up into the Queenpool area, happening area of town, tons of great businesses, restaurants.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. Adam, this is for you. So you're saying there's a lot of untapped potential on the Queenpool Road?
Potential, indeed. Do you have a groan button? Is there a groan button on there?
Don't worry, Facebook right now is a groan button. Please stop.
So
Please stop.
we're super pumped. So we're in the middle of construction right now. We're hoping to open sometime around July 1st. We'll keep you posted. Give us a follow. Give us a follow at Oxford Taproom.
It's right there.
It's right there. It's right there. I've always wanted to do that. Is it right there?
Right there.
Right here on your screen. There you go. Give us a follow. Obviously, we'll keep the Garrison Brewing followers on Instagram, Facebook, and stuff apprised of what's going on as well. But pretty pumped about that. So we're gonna have a nice little retail store. It's a happening area. The Queenpool NSLC store is one of the best craft beer stores in the province. So we're pumped to be. We're pumped to be selling some craft beer up in that area.
Yeah.
And a beautiful little tap room, nice little patio in the backyard area. Oh goodness!
Stop.
Look at these, a little bit of salt on top of those. Holy smokes, that looks good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So the other thing we have going on is our Backlot Bash. So we're about 5 weeks away from hosting one of my favorite bands. Got me through college. Broken Social Scene.
They're awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So we this is our 5th year for it. It'll be down at the Kennard Center. It's not just a Broken Social Scene concert. We tend to give it a kind of Garrison twist. So we've got the guys from Pro Skates. They're I don't know what the kids call skateboarding these days. Laying some tracks or doing some jumps.
S-boarding.
We've got food trucks. We've got craft beer. We've got cider. We've got obviously the bands. We've got and it's a kind of a full day thing. So doors open at 5:00. We still got some tickets available. So check out GarrisonBrewing.com or just Google Garrison Backlot Bash. I'm sure you can come up with some things. Everything's at Ticket Atlantic. But
great.
Yeah. We got axe throwing, like the guys from Timberland are down there doing axes. And the best part of this is, it's obviously we have a lot of fun doing it. We like music, we like all that kind of stuff. But in the end, it's all done as a fundraiser for the Ecology Action Center. So something that our owner Brian and our team in general are big fans of what they do down there at EAC, and those folks come on. They provide us with a ton of volunteers to kind of run the show, and at the end of the day, it is their. It is definitely not something that makes us any money. It is 100% due to, or it's 100% meant to raise some funds for those folks. So
Awesome.
we're happy to do it every year and cut them a nice check and have some fun while we're doing it. So.
We've got one planet, people. Let's take care of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
it. It's beer's it's very intensive in terms of like water usage and stuff. So you got to do everything you can to eliminate that stuff in the process. We recyclable packaging and decreasing our water usage and all kinds of things every day that we're trying to do to lessen our impact. Biodegradable cups instead of plastic, that kind of stuff. But in the end, like I said, one planet. So Backlot Bash.
Backlot Bash.
June
everybody.
15th. I probably should have said that.
Well, there we go. Now everybody knows. June 15th. Check out Backlot
15th.
Bash.
Backlot Bash.
Well, why
I'm gonna
don't
eat this
we?
pork I dug out.
Yeah, I know. We're just talking around all this pork. And
Oh my god.
hold on,
My Atlanta.
it was crazy. So I'll tell you what. Why don't you put this over here on your beautiful Garrison mat and just clear off your cutting board,
All right.
and you're going to be our sandwich maker.
All right.
One for me, one for you.
This is
Sorry,
this
Adam.
is going to shock you. I've had a couple sandwiches in my day.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I like sandwiches too,
Yeah.
so we're all good.
Carbo fiends.
So, I figured we got a lot of look at these onion rings. I mean, come on, you know what? You should try one. Let me know how a tall ship onion ring is.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, crunchy, delicate.
Man.
I'm gonna try one too. Oh,
Those look really good. No, I'm just kidding. Those look good.
they're so good. Well,
That is unbelievable.
you guys talk amongst yourselves. We'll be back in about
Yeah.
in a
Do you
tray.
have do you have any ads to run or anything?
Right. We'll be right back. Adam started doing this great thing when we pre-record a show.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh.
And we're back.
And we're back.
All
We
right.
just ate a lot of onion rings. Boy,
Good lord.
that was so good. So we're going to do that again sometime. So let's start off. Why don't you put a nice layer of pulled pork
You
on
want
one
pulled pork
side
first?
of the bun here?
Is there a science behind building a sandwich?
Oh, yes. Sandwich making is an art and a science, my friend.
Just ask the lovely folks at Subway. Don't ask them. Don't ask them.
Don't ask them. Basically, what
On
I
the
want to
bottom,
do because
just on the bottom or on both?
Just do it on the bottom
Just
right
on
now
the
because I want to have that onion ring sort of insulated from the pork, so we still get some of that crunch. So, pardon me, I just got a little onion ring in my throat there. But that is perfect. So I got
Have
a
you ever
nice...
had to do the Heimlich maneuver on Chit Chat Chop?
No, but episode 82 could be that time.
How are we feeling about the?
Yeah, I like this. It's a good ratio. You went edge to edge on this, which is very important in sandwich construction. So, one thing we preach in the kitchen here is when you're putting a condiment on a piece of bread, first bite a person has, you got to taste everything on that sandwich. You want to take all your condiments right to the edge. You want to take all your fillings right to the edge.
Right.
No skimping on that. And this is a nice.
Should I do both?
Yeah, do both of them here. So I'll slide that one over. This is a beautiful country baguette that we get from the Halifax Bread Company just down on Windmill Road, and they are awesome. So they've got this really nice, see how soft that is. It's
super
kind of that's what you want for a nice pulled pork sandwich. Is a really nice roll that'll sort of absorb some of that sauce and just hold on to it. Doesn't squidge up completely, which is we have this nice crusty bit on the outside. And then we need some vegetables. I mean, onions, sure.
Kids,
it's a
eat your
vegetable.
vegetables.
Eat your vegetables. We make this awesome slaw here at Kitchen Door. So this is like a curtido style slaw, which is Mexican inspired. So I've got some. It's made with jalapeno peppers, red cabbage, green cabbage, carrots, and onions, and they're all grated finely. And then they're you pour boiling apple cider vinegar and oregano right over top of it and just let it sit. It pickles up beautifully. So this is going to be. We got our sort of sweet and hoppy and slightly bitter and spicy sauce there. Now we're going to get our beautiful, very graphic purple slaw on there. So that's you're a better sandwich builder than I am. Look at this. I'm making a mess. But this is really nice. It's going to give us a nice, fresh, pickly crunch to this.
Yeah, I could smell the. As soon as we took it out of the fridge earlier, I could just smell the. I guessed the wrong pepper.
You said
but I was
banana
close.
peppers, but you're spelling hot peppers.
Smelling the hot pepper, the little ferment there, and the yeah. Beautiful.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and we're going to lay down some onion rings here. This one will be mine. This one will be yours. You go
All right.
crazy. You're the guest. You can have all the onion rings.
All right.
That looks like a donut. Look at that. Oh. Hey, there's a challenge to Vandal Donuts. Do an onion ring donut.
Vandal. Those guys.
Those guys.
So that I'm weird about it. Like I wanna, if that's my sandwich, I'm getting right in there with my fingers.
I respect that. And look at that. He filled the hole in the onion.
I'm not looking for presentation in my kitchen. I'm looking for maximum
All right,
comfort.
folks at home, let us know how you would plate your pulled pork sandwich. Are you going presentation style, a la chef, where I stacked the rings nicely,
Or mash.
Are you mashing that onion ring in to maximize your onion ring utility? What
Greener?
are you doing?
Farrell. Greener? Farrell. What's it gonna be?
What's it going to be, people? I know what it's going to be for us. It's going to be a giant bite of this juicy pulled pork sandwich. Are you down?
I'm down.
Let's do it. I have plates here, but you know what? Yeah.
You cheers the sandwich?
Oh,
Can
look
you
at
cheers
this.
a sandwich? My daughter cheers everything.
all right. Cheers, everybody. Look at this. Double beer, pulled pork, onion ring, and slaw sandwich. Good Lord. Why don't we have commercials, Adam? This is when we need commercials.
Holy moly.
Woo!
That's incredible, man. Oh, take another bite.
This is getting sloppy, but I have no regrets.
Dude.
I'll put it over there.
I love the beer, but I love there's beer in the sandwich. Yeah. But
Hey,
just right amount. It's like it's incredible.
Cheers to that, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. This has been super fun. Now, is there anything that we didn't mention about Garrison while we were in full-on pulled pork mode?
Look, we've been around 23 years, so we we always joke that like we've made all the mistakes. We'll probably make a few more, but we made all the mistakes. So we're having fun doing what we do. Brewing beer down at the Seaport. Soon to come, the Oxford Taproom. Go check out some tickets for Backlot Bash. Come visit us at the Seaport. Get to your local NSLC store. You know, buy some beers up. We got great relationships with a couple of private stores here in city, Bishop's Cellar. Harvest Wines and Spirits over in Dartmouth, West Side. I mean, we're available all over the place. So go find us or come see us in the Seaport, and we'll share a beer with you. So, thanks.
Awesome. Well, I'll share a beer with you again, man. That's for sure. So, thanks again. Episode 82 of Chit Chat Chop in the can, and this pulled pork is going in my mouth. So,
my
thanks
belly.
for joining us, everybody, and
All right.
thank you, Jeff. Cheers.